Welcome back, crew, to Invasion. Actually, nothing really big to shout out. Make sure to join me last Thursday in April, I think the 27th, for our April game of the month, Call of Cthulhu. Really looking forward to that one. It's been what I've wanted to play for years. So looking to see how it actually comes out live in the system. So join us for that, as always, for a free copy of the PDF to one lucky viewer. But let's dive back into it. So a little bit of a recap. The crew was able to finally take down Operation Saber Breaker. After learning of it from their contact in the Sith Dominion, Lord Galvin, and strong arming the Zerka VP of Coruscant to letting them participate in the adventure for free, they then made their way to Merc, finding the planet to be kind of a hostile mess, finding that the flora and fauna had adapted with enough metal in their roots and vines to block out scanners and comms, and that its own species had developed ways to both hunt using the force as well as push the force out of areas. With all this finding all this out as they landed, the group then decided to take on the Crusaders, finding two unlikely allies in HK, a droid initially sent by Zerka to delete the data and prevent exposure and embarrassment. But they later found out was also working or freelancing with the Black Sun, taking operations from Zerka to keep tabs on them, as well as a Jedi Knight named Keba, who had been sent to kind of uncover what's going on Merc and shut down the operation, but was captured and eventually made his escape and met up with the group. Afterwards, the group continued to go after the Crusaders, taking out or going after the Zerka facility that the Crusaders had taken over after an explosive fight with some enhanced troops that the Crusader officials had fielded, and a little bit of an exchange via hologram with the mysterious liberator who leads the Crusader forces. The group then was able to stop the data upload to the Crusader frigate in orbit and prevent the Crusaders from getting the details of Operation Saberbreaker. With both HK and Talos taking a copy of what the operation was. And the group later found out as they were making their way through hyperspace back to Coruscant that Operation Saberbreaker was a project initiated by both the Republic and Zerka to basically nullify Force users. It was an airborne virus that, if caught by someone with higher metachlorian counts, and in theory, was supposed to just reduce those counts down to a regular person's limit. So basically cut them off from any enhanced access to the Force rather than what a normal sentient being would need to live. So far, the scientists hadn't been able to make it do that yet, and it was basically just killing anyone with metachlorians in their blood. But Zerka was persevering and trying to make that work, and they found Talos had an old friend, Kaya, who had been contracted by Zerka and is now working one of their black sites in an undisclosed location of the galaxy on a virus to kind of flip Operation Saberbreaker and make it target the Vong, since they lack metachlorians at all. Using some of the research that both Talos and Uli had submitted on the Vong to help refine her studies. With that, though, the group was then raced to make their way outside of the facility after setting it to blow, and then was confronted by a new monstrosity by Master Shaper Nim Yen, who Keba let you know was crafting viruses on the planet Merc as well. This creature, though, was an enhanced version of the Vorntz cats you had encountered during your stay on Merc, but had been clearly shaped using the Yuzon Vong biotech and basically steroided out. It was larger, bigger, stronger, with an enhanced leathery hide that protected it from a lot of energy damage. The creature fought hard and tried to take the group down, but they were able to overcome him, escape from the planet as the Crusaders began bombing all traces of the group away, and were able to hold out long enough to reach Master Kalu and have the Jedi Knight reinforcements he promised arrive and destroy the Crusader frigate in orbit. You guys did, though, learn a couple things, either on planet or in hyperspace, about what's going on in the galaxy as a whole. You all learned that after Caesar submitted emergency powers for Supreme Chancellor Oveno, he earned that he was elected with those emergency powers, and now, for all intents and purposes, kind of rules the Republic. The Senates do have some checks and balances, but it requires a majority veto, so 2/3 of the Senate. And that's something that rarely ever happens if you can get 2/3 of people to agree with you. So he can really, he's running the Senate. And he's promised to take on the Yuzon Vong invaders, take on the Sith, and all who seek to unbalance the Republic. Also, you found while you're speaking to the Liberator that the Crusaders were launching an attack with their ragtag fleet against Corellia. For those kind of observant of warfare, you knew that they wouldn't be able to take Corellia. They wouldn't be able to really hold it for long, or even probably defeat the defense force above the planet. But from what the Liberators said, they were gunning for the Green Jedi Temple on Coruscant. The Green Jedi, from what you heard from Master Kalu, being too stubborn to leave their home planet and make the way to the overall Jedi organization stronghold and safe house that's been hidden within the galaxy. But with that, you guys made the jump to hyperspace and making your way back to Coruscant. That's where we'll pick up. So you guys exit hyperspace above the crown jewel of the Republic, the bustling metropolis of Coruscant. You see numerous defense forces and fleets in place. You see the Republic is taking the defense of their capital planet very seriously. But yeah, so what's the crew doing first? They're kind of on orbit now, but we can definitely get you landed. I wasn't sure where you wanted to go right away.
Should we pay a visit to our favorite Zerka executive and be a little bit nicer this time and let him know that we have a...
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Maybe you should talk this time.
Man, should we let him know that we've got a friend in the Dominion, a buddy, a pal, good old Galvin?
That would be one of the worst things to give to the Zerka execs.
Well, not so much so that he knows that we got somebody that we can contact reliably in the Dominion. Right?
Okay.
You sir, are also working with a suspected spy of the Dominion.
I mean, what, you?
Yes, many people still doubt my authenticity to the Republic.
Yeah, but no one doubts the Sith Lords.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what we'd be gaining on. With you, there's a question. With the Sith Lords, no question.
Wait. So you're not a spy?
Yes, not a spy.
You're too easy.
He got you.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you did make, the very angry Mon Cal that hates the Jedi kind of give him a free reign to do whatever he wants. Like kill the Jedi. And I think the Dominion would appreciate that, but,
I should make note, every time that's been brought up that, he's going to kill the Jedi, Caesar's never said a word after that. He's never said a word.
All right, well, I mean, I don't think he'd be too broken up about it, but regardless. VP? Big wig? I'll hang back. I don't think he was very fond of me.
I'm I'm also going to talk with HK before we get there, and maybe discuss not letting them know that we made a copy of the information or that we have a copy of the information.
All right. So what do you say to HK?
HK, I think it would be in our best interest if we keep this out of Zerka hands. Well, I'm pretty sure that they still have a copy somewhere, and it seems that one of my old colleagues might actually be working on it. I think we'll get a better payout, and the director will be a lot happier if we tell him simply that all data was purged and that there is nothing that remains of the facility.
Query. What did you negotiate for your payday? I negotiated a fairly tiny sum from me and my crew. Of me now.
Well, there wasn't necessarily you guys.
Both halves of that was gold. Just like, what did you negotiate? I got a big sum for me and my crew. Just me.
Well, I think that if we let him know that the facility was obliterated and that the data was purged, that we could probably see a significant credit sum come our way. But honestly, HK, this wasn't really for the credits. This was to safeguard the galaxy. So Zerka is a generous corporation, and I'm sure that they'll compensate us accurately for a job well done.
Statement or query. Is the ship listening to you? Zerka has never been known to be generous. If they're recording, you should let us know.
Oh, man.
It's a fair point. Jarvis, erase the last 30 seconds of conversation.
Wait. What? Zerga doesn't get any of that, right?
Well, no, but just in case, HK makes a valid point.
I mean,
I don't ever foresee Jarvis becoming compromised, and he knows what to do if he's compromised. But in the event that he is somehow,
I mean, we
need to be safe.
We've kind of discussed like lots of things on this ship, plans, war crimes, things that we kept hidden from him.
Yeah, you're right. Jarvis, delete the last 15 seconds. Far, stop talking. And I need you to go through every single voice recording and video recording that you have and delete anything that mentions the aforementioned words that he mentioned.
You hear Jarvis vote affirmative. And you see HK just kind of staring at you for a moment, and he goes, statement, meatbags.
Hey, I didn't put the damn listen devices in here.
Statement, I did not plan on turning the data back over to Zerka. That was not my mission. My mission was to stop the data from being made public, and I have done that successfully.
Very well, HK. I will do the same thing. And I won't ask you what you intend to do with the copy of your data other than what we've already discussed. And I the same. Mine will be specifically for research purposes only.
Statement, whatever you say. Query, or statement. I will be attending the meeting, though, with your VP. I would like to collect my payment promptly.
Makes sense to me. I think we would as well. Who else plans to come with us?
I mean, yeah. I won't won't threaten him or anything. I just want to be there. Unless he gets stupid.
Perhaps it's best for some of us to stay back, because he will be quite unintelligent.
I mean,
And we, sir, for all of our patients, do not. Well, I shouldn't even finish the sentence.
Yeah. That's all right.
Well, they owe me quite a bit of back pay anyway, so I'm coming. I haven't been paid in months.
Gee.
haven't been paid since Vela.
I imagine Zerka just has like a ton of different HR emails. Like, oh yeah, you got to fill out form such and such. With your home
and this
base.
one.
It has your address listed as Vela, but that's not coming up in the computer. Like, it blew up.
Yeah.
Like, how many times?
It's gonna take at least 2 months to fix this. You can do that without pay, right? You can do that.
This says you were on Bespin, but now you're on a ship traveling? Well, you didn't change it, so...
Your check has been sent to Bespin, and it's been deposited by the director there.
Perfect. Well, you guys are able to land upon Coruscant. You see as you walk through the streets, the air is kind of a buzz with Supreme Chancellor Oveno being named kind of with emergency powers. It's kind of a mix on the street. Some people are very happy for it. Some are worried. And just kind of flowing through something because some believe he's done a really good job with turning the war effort around and getting the Republic organized to fight the Dominion, but others feel he'll kind of seize and go too far at his crusade against the Sith and these new invaders. And you kind of hear that all over. But for Talos and Uli, probably two things stand out to you the most as you guys get closer to the Zerka district. You see a lot of posters with your faces on them, billboards even. Uli, you see one where you see yourself. You don't recognize the area you're in, but it's definitely kind of a lush jungle. And no roll necessarily with a keen eye, you guys can probably tell it looks like it's been doctored. But you see your kind of stuff hold up a thumbs up next to Zerka Cares, with you surrounded by flowers. It says the gardener cares too. By Zerka.
Oh, those mother...
I'll be damned, you guys are a little more famous.
I knew I should have trademarked that shit.
Talos, you're muted.
They got a image of you with your full frame in it too. That's impressive.
That's one of those big vertical posters.
That's how you know it's doctored. There's no way I'm that short. Those trees, look at the trees they use. Look, those trees in there are easily like 6 feet tall. They've got me the same height. That's impossible. I am 4 feet taller than them.
Yeah.
This is clearly a doctored job. Some AI helped them do it, probably.
Yeah, maybe their focus groups thought that if you were too tall, you'd be intimidating.
Yeah, you definitely see he's kind of scrunched out a little bit definitely somebody kind of resized the image within the frame, but you see that same one with the lush jungle around it, and then it flips, still Uli's front and center, but rather than kind of a lush jungle, you see it's more of like, it looks like somebody's went through and manicured it and cut down some of the trees and cut down some of the plants. It goes, try Zerka repellent as well as Zerka weed killer. Clears out any jungle in days. Talos, you see yourself as well. You see like kind of a flips initially with yours, but rather than kind of smiling thumbs up that Uli has, yours looks like tired, a little bit haggard. And it goes, fighting substance abuse, Zerka cares. And you see, try Zerka rehab. And you see it flip to Talos with a thumbs up smile as well.
Oh no! It just disappeared. When you
They did
lean
us
back,
dirty.
just
They did us dirty, Doc. I want to get paid for this. This is some Nerf dung.
All right, maybe I should talk.
I take out my defibrillator and I fry that hollow post.
No. Put that away. I can set the room on fire with my mind. No evidence.
You know what? It's
Don't
okay.
worry, Talos.
Let's just go in and get paid.
One of the first steps is accepting help.
Are you?
That-
You're with
that-
us? Talos just looks at Talos just looks at Caesar like,
I mean, he's out of line. But he is correct. The first step is accepting help, admitting there's a problem.
Hell, Doc,
That
you're making enough
actually-
credits. You're making enough credits to party. Don't worry about it.
You're
That
fine
actually
now,
was
right?
a good point. I don't think Caesar's with them. I think he's
you
still
know
back
what?
in the ship.
I am going to see how you feel next time you're laying on the ground begging for that sweet Bacta. If I give you any, and I start moving even faster towards the office.
It's been a while since he had some. Don't be too hard on him. Nerves.
Well, like a week.
Withdrawal,
You're in
withdrawals.
hyperspace. but yeah, you all are able to make your way through the street, seeing more of those advertisements as you go. You also see that it looks like when you kind of arrive, they always had security droids out front, but they've got a lot more security droids out front now. And as they see you approach, you see one of them walk up and go, "State your purpose."
I'll let you handle that, Doc.
We're here to see the director. We were sent off-world to conduct some business for him, and we're back to give a report. He should be expecting us. I'm Dr. Talos Dici.
Processing. The VP will see you, but you must disarm.
Certainly. Everybody, make sure you remove your weapons.
You see they kind of... Oh, go ahead.
I was just all right. Just take off the tech blade and the chakram, but not the wrist blasters, just to see if they notice.
They bring out like a little secured safe for you to put your gear into. For hidden blasters, is that disguised or hidden?
Let me check real quick.
Wrist blasters
They are disguised.
All right, give me a deception check.
Okay. That's one of them is like it automatically hides, and the other one is the what check?
Deception, because the disguised
Deception.
you have to do a deception, and then hidden
There
you
you
have
go.
to
Well,
slide
here.
by it. So,
Oh, okay, that's what that was. Yeah, different check.
you see the droid go, kind of raise up his blaster rifle. Please disarm all weapons before you enter Zerka property. Ule, you know Zerka procedure 656784.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Talos seeing Uli's
There you
utter failure will take off his wrist blaster and also pull a vibro dagger that he's never used out as well to put into the safe.
You guys see HK disarm as well. After the crew, actually, is anybody else trying to sneak some weapons in?
Talos is not taking off his backpack, if that matters.
Maybe, you know what? The light foil. Let's see what that does.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, give me a sleight of hand check as you hide that. Does light foil have that? Does that have hidden?
Oh, you're coming in.
Oh, am I breaking up?
Not anymore. That one does have what is it? Hidden
Sweet. Give me a sleight of hand check.
as one of its properties. Sleight of hand check.
Solid. Yeah, you're able to sneak that through. You see, as you kind of get rid of your blasters and larger rifles, the droids don't look kind of look you over and don't give you a second thought.
All right.
All right.
I don't expect to use it, but you know, in case you got to make a show of things.
Well, the droid, the two pair of the droids escort you guys into the large kind of skyscraper that's got the big sea of Zerka on top of it, moving you through. But you notice they're not taking you into kind of the upper areas before where you met the VP in his office. It seems they kind of bring you into a mid-level floor into a kind of a nondescript meeting room. It's got kind of just a typical office layout plan. Large table in the middle, a little hollow projector in the middle of that. Chairs around the room, as well as the kind of around the periphery of the room. And there's nobody in there currently.
Talus will. Did you say there was a window at all?
Oh yeah, there's a window. It's kind of overlooking kind of the mid levels of the Coruscant skyline.
Yeah, Talus will walk over just kind of to the window, hands behind his back, take a look out, and then after a moment or two, just take a seat in the nearest chair.
Bard's gonna sit with his dang feet on the table. Why not?
Does this room, it has one entrance and exit?
What entrance and exit?
And does like the door lock? Like, does this look like a jail cell that we just walked into and completely unaware of?
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't lock behind it. It definitely looks kind of.
Nothing looks out of the. It looks like a. Does it look used? Like, because were they clearing out? You said, or was there? Or they were clearing something up on Coruscant? Maybe that's where I got the confusing.
Oh yeah, earlier they weren't clearing out; they were just deleting data regarding.
I was just wondering, is this in use or is this like?
Oh, the office. Yeah, you guys see people and droids bustling through. It's the only thing that's empty is the conference room they throw you into.
Yeah, all right. Is there water or something to drink?
They definitely have water, a little coffee machine.
Yeah, really don't
have cucumbers in it. Cucumbers or lemons inside. I want that bougie water.
I should say calf machine. I forgot that's what Star Wars always calls it. So you guys are able to settle in, get water, calf. Definitely, you do have a bit of a wait. So you kind of sit there, and 5 minutes passes by, nothing. 10 minutes passes by, nothing. 20 minutes goes by, and you see the little hollow projector on the desk light up. And you see the secretary that you came across in his office before go. Looks like they're here. Just a second. The VP will be joining you shortly. And you see probably about another minute or so after that, the portly human appear over hologram to the group. And he looks around at you all and says, well, it looks like you made it out alive. Sorry I couldn't be there in person. New security protocols. After some griffers decided to ask or joke about planting a bomb in the building. But it's good to see you alive, I guess.
It's good to see you as well, sir. HK is with us, right?
He is.
We would like to report to you that the facility has been destroyed, and with the help of this HK unit, and I'll just kind of motion to him, we were able to infiltrate the facility and also purge all the data, as well as stop the Crusaders from being able to download it. So nobody has this data. It's gone, and the facility is destroyed, and Zirkus tracks should be covered.
All right, give me a deception check. You're muted. All right, you see the VP kind of looks back and kind of just goes, okay. So the Crusaders, they for sure didn't get my data, right? They wouldn't want an international incident, shall we say.
We had a run-in with a couple of their experiments and the leader of the Crusaders, and he himself, after we stopped their download, confirmed that that he didn't have it, but he also gave us some very not so good news that it didn't really matter. And they have what they need, and inevitably we will all fall to their will. So Yes, without any doubt.
Hey, you stop the data. That's the big piece. That's where it's money. That could take money out of our pockets and put us a little bit of hot water. You know, crackpot dictators like the Liberator guy, great for business. If he gets everybody all scared, who do they buy more weapons from? Us. Oh, speaking of like business, did you guys see the advertisements? I did that right after you left my office. I really hope you like them.
We did, and I appreciate being a face of Zerka.
I'm glad. You know, we've had so many people write about how courageous you were for letting your struggle be known. I'll forward you the messages.
I appreciate that.
Well, boys, it's a good day. When you guys came into my office and talked about bombs and stabbing me and butchering me up, I didn't expect you all to come back alive and having done everything. Mission well done.
Well, I got a question for you. Again, I'm not a businessman, but I got an idea of how some things work. And I imagine that at some point Zerka did some numbers and probably figured out more or less how much that data getting out would have cost him. How much should we save you guys?
Well, that's confidential information, but hey, you saved me, and I wish I was there to shake your hand, but you know, security protocols and all that. But give a virtual high five.
Well, the data we kept that we stopped from getting to those Liberation for All fellas, that was confidential too. But we had access to that. So, you know, why don't you drop the whole confidential this and company secrets that? We did you real solid. We did you real good solid. How about you do us one?
All right, make your choice of persuasion or intimidation.
Well,
Believe it or not, Vars is better at persuasion.
You see, he kind of looks. You see his face grows serious for a moment. He goes before kind of the CEO smile comes back on his face. He goes, "Well, you're playing the game. You're playing the game." Well, sounds like you've kept a little bit of information you probably shouldn't have, haven't you?
let's just say I got a good enough memory.
Well, all right. You see, he looks and goes, "How about I give you a little bit of credits and you guys can criff off?"
Hey, as long as my pockets are full, I'll criff off all day. I'll be entirely honest with you. I'm not looking into this for personal gain in the sense of buying pretty things or buying art or well, I don't know what rich people do. I need guns, I need weapons, I need things to kill my enemies. Which, considering that the Vong don't negotiate or give a criff about credits, are your enemies too. So this is a mutually beneficial sort of thing. I'm not trying to shake you down or follow you home and put a dagger to your throat and demand you open your safe or anything. Think of it as a business expense.
Oh no, you're just the one that came in my office and threatened to put a bomb or said you put a bomb and then threatened to stab me and then threatened to beat me up. But hey, you're not shaking me down. You're just blackmailing me the good old Coruscant way.
Or it could be not the Coruscant way. It could be looked at as just the Mandalorian way.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. If I was going to do it, I'd have done it.
He kind of looks, you kind of see him type on his calculator and goes, "All right, I'm going to give you this offer. It's an offer. It's a final offer. 10,000 credits. You all get some payday, buy some guns, buy some Zerka guns. Hey, if you want to, I'll give you a little discount. You put a little advertisement on it, maybe show you rack around with Zerka guns, and hey, even the Mandos think Zerka cares. But yeah, 10,000 credits, Criff off. Uli Talons, you guys are contracted, so you still have to work, but I don't really want you here. So you guys keep floating around the galaxy doing good things, and we'll keep advertising with you. And hey, life's good.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh no.
We're under contract. Happy to be under contract. Love the work. Love the company. Don't recall the writer about me being free advertising though. Is that new? Did I not
did
read
you not
properly?
read the subsection 3 addendum?
Yeah, that was deep in the fine print, Uli.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, then I guess here's the real problem. Love the 10,000 credits. It's awesome. Back pay. Haven't gotten any of it for a couple months now. Problem being that I need to eat and I need supplies just to live and do things like, go to a random planet that's not supposed to exist and deal with things that don't exist and delete a computer virus or thing that doesn't exist and, take care of something that doesn't exist. And these things just kind of, they cost things. And to do them, I'm self-funded. Like that's why you guys hired me. Self-sufficient. We reward that here, right? And well, I have to go fighting in the pits as, the gardener to do kind of, get my money for living expenses and stuff. And I mean, if we're advertising with the gardener, wouldn't it be a good idea to have the gardener not look like a rundown homeless man or, have to do unsavory things to I mean, wouldn't that hurt the brand?
Believe it or not, people love seeing heroes rise, and then they love it even more when they fall and do crazy stuff. We're hoping, honestly, Talos, marketing guys would love it if they see you snorting up coke in the Coruscant streets. We could sell a bonanza. But we hear you, Willie. We hear you. I hear you. We hear you, Zerka. Let me level with you.
No, hold on. I'm not even looking for credits. What I need are like medical supplies and stuff. The stuff so I can go out there and be the gardener and get punched in the face. I'm not, right. The stuff that you're going to write off and throw in the trash probably anyway. You write it off and you throw it in the trash. But instead of just throwing it in the trash, you kind of tell me where the trash is and I go pick it up from the trash. You don't know any different and you get your write off. Win-win.
Let me pitch it to you, because we do like that you fight in the arenas and fight in the pits. You're a scrappy gardener, and hey, that's what our brand is: scrappy products, especially our new weed killer. It's scrappy. It punches you in the face just like you punch people in the face. How about next time you fight in the pits, wear our Zerka logo. We'll give you some medical supplies. We'll give you a little extra playing around credits too. How to say it? Even kind of looks back. We got 6 fine med packs. Take it or leave it. We gotta wear Zerka branded. Though I want Zerka branded. Your shirt. I want your gloves Zerka branded. We'll get you a little Zerka branded headband. Hey, I think this could be a
No
big bonus
tattoos.
for us. We thought about that. Didn't focus well.
No. Yeah, not gonna happen.
You're already tall.
I don't mind the other stuff, but
Is
no
he
tattoos.
offering to give the circuit branded stuff, or is he just saying he has to wear it? Does he has to pay for it himself?
he'll give the Zerka branded stuff.
I was just gonna go get like a white T-shirt and a space Sharpie and just write Circa on it.
I mean, if he's trying to make you use Circa gear, it might as well be at least as good at it, if not better than what you're currently fighting with. Right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Think of it as an investment. Because it would look really bad if your gardener lost because he had shoddy equipment. One thing is him fighting in the pits. Another thing is him getting creamed in the pits.
Do you wear armor? I've always just seen you kind of walking around in shirts.
Yeah, it's clothing.
No, that's why when you mentioned the new clothes thing, I mean, I don't even care what it says. I need new clothes, especially after we went to that jungle.
Yeah.
There's stuff in there that it doesn't like flesh and blood things.
We'll replace your whole wardrobe. We'll give you some classy ones with smaller logos, and then when you're in the pit, we'll give you some flashy ones, huh?
And what about his fighting gloves?
We'll just throw something and throw over those and call it a good day.
I tried.
Yeah, 6 fine med packs. I mean, that's people in your line of work, I think, need med packs. I mean,
and how much credits were we talking? Did you say credits or did I hear wrong?
Yeah, I did 10K.
The 10K overall, and we'll give you a little bit of walking around credits if you win some matches.
That's the part. Yeah, the walking around. How much is the walking around credits?
We'll give you 20% more than your usual purse.
All right. I got to win first, I assume.
Oh yeah, Zerka doesn't back losers.
Okay. All right.
Vice President, I think that we've haggled quite a bit. I do want to caveat on Vars's thing about the data. While we were purging the data, it was in full view, and we had to fight off and defend the council that we were deleting it from. So it did come at the potential cost of our lives in the process of doing that. I just want you to know, that. But there was something that caught my eye in the chaos and while the data was in front of me. And you know that I do have an eye for this data, especially data that deals with biotechnology and anything bio whatsoever. A friend of mine from long ago, her name is Kaya. She's a Twi'lek. We went to the university together and we were studying relatively the same line of subject matter. I know that she is employed with Zerka now. I wasn't able to get a location before the data was purged. Is there any way that I could reach out to her if you could provide me that contact information or at least give her mine? I would really like to talk to her again.
You see, he kind of leans back, and his face grows a little bit more serious. Kaya, can't say I know her offhand. I will. You guys are two favorite employees, Zerka, so I will take a look into it. And if we do find a Kaya, the Twi'lek, I mean, we got thousands of, actually millions of employees. But if we do find one, I'll pass her on the Nova Canis Com information that she could reach out to you if she wants. If she exists, hypothetically.
Understood. I appreciate that. And that's all from me. And Talos will start making his way towards the exit.
All right. So, about that Zerka gun discount.
Hey, yeah. We love the Mandos. We're trying to break into the Mando market a little bit more. Wear some, if you put a big sticker of Zerka on the guns, we'll give you a 20% discount.
All right. Hell, sounds good to me. You got a range here or something I can get a feel for these things? I don't want to, I'm not going to take it out there without giving me a little bit of a test.
Unfortunately, I know they do it differently on Mandalore, but we don't have a range in our corporate office. You're a Mando, just go on the street, start shooting. Don't use your Zerka logo for that one, though.
Crap. All right. Well, I'll figure something out. Okay. And,
I guess with that, Vars will walk out and wondering, are Zerka guns any good? Hell.
As a player, I'm realizing that now when we commit our war crimes, we're going to be in full Zerka logo.
Yeah.
This is not going to end well. So these
I love that guy.
Well, at least it didn't say synergy.
Holocom pops back on and he pops back up. Synergy and then disappears.
Oh my god. Then I would follow him home. All right. Well, I guess it's time to go shopping.
Yeah, so they send the 10K into the group's account, so you guys are able to break that out and spend it on whatever you like.
Are we dividing this 4 ways?
Miss, where's Dash? feels
Might as well.
weird. Yeah, it feels weird, but
4 ways is 2,500.
yeah, not as weird anymore. But
That's an extra gun, right?
yeah, that's something.
These fine med packs. Whereas I'm supposed to go to a queue somewhere and wait for them, or
Basically,
punch the face.
they will send those to you the next time you fight in the pits during one of your
All
downtime.
right. I might not be bounty hunting with you, Var.
No worries.
Don't worry, I will go with you for bounty hunting.
Get my
Hell yeah.
And I will take you to mommy and daddy because that's the next stop that I would like to do.
Wait,
Once we all go our separate ways.
Caesar will pass 500 to the rest of everybody.
the hell, Caesar? You got some secret account you're not telling us about?
Not exactly, but well, I did end up using most of the medical supplies.
He makes a good point.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're still in one pit. Glad you're still alive.
Caesar's absolutely hysterical from that.
Waving to stop. Waving to...
Well,
It's good
you know.
to keep your men well compensated.
Is that where we are now? Your men?
You are my compatriots and companions,
Oh,
my
okay.
friends.
Yeah.
If he starts talking about like ownership and stuff, we need to have a talk.
Like, he's really against the whole slavery thing, so I don't think it can go that far. Or, well, probably not. I don't know.
Caesar is very, very against slavery.
I know.
The way he eyes that weird salamander thing stuck in the rock. I just don't want it to stuck
Ah, Criff! We could have sold him the
Wall.
damn swamp!
all for someone to talk to.
Damn it!
One of these days, we'll sell the frozen chicken. nugget.
I just imagine the group.
Lars and Caesar, I do think that I am going to be needing to make a stop by the university here on Coruscant, so maybe all is not lost. And we could contribute it there for their experimentation purposes. I know that department, at least while I was there, had a big focus on arachnids for absolutely no Griffin reason, but this might give them some other type of focus. I hope arachnids are not on their list anymore. But
I mean, is that slug thing really an arachnid, or I don't know? It looks like a dried turd.
What's a lizard?
Oh, yeah. I know biology.
So it looks like a salamander, actually. Probably the best
How
way to put
many
it.
legs does it have?
I think 6, if I remember right.
So it's a lizard spider. Like, right? I don't know, man.
I, for one, have grown quite tired of our constant interactions with the 8-legged variety. As he looks to the stump of his hand.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You think they'll pay good money for the weird six-legged lizard spider
Actually, it's
thing?
just 4. Just 4.
Oh,
I feel like I could make some calls. Tegan, would I be able to reach out to either the the University of Coruscant or even Mommy Dearest at the Republic Science and Technical Center? If that's a thing.
Okay. So you guys want to publicly sell a force repellent creature?
That
Caesar would.
See?
Honestly, wait. Actually, that. Oh, the idea that came to my mind. Caesar actually stops for a moment. And says, "We could try and see if the Republic truly does want this. They may know about the planet, but if their scientists can do something with it, I believe the new Supreme Chancellor would find this quite favorable and would look upon us just the same."
the only reason that I suggest the university and the civilian side of it versus towards the Jedi or the Republic itself and their scientists is that everything that they are doing is for the betterment of a militaristic reason, which might be a benefit at this point. However, considering the nature of this beast, probably not so much. But especially with how the Supreme Chancellor is now, giving him a force repellent beast might not be in the best interest of our Jedi ally and allies that came to save us.
Well,
But it
Just
would be in
recently.
our best interest, and our best interest helps out the Jedi, does it not?
That's a point to be made. The university does have its resources and people, though, and minds that aren't so narrow-minded and boxed in by thinking that has been placed upon them, like the Republic and the Jedi do. They think outside the box, and I feel that any sort of problems and the more allies that we can make in that area might give us an edge up in the future potentially. It's just my take.
Talis, you already know. If the Republic sees something it wants from that scientific community, they shall take it. You've experienced it. They will have this one way or the other. I simply suggest a way that grants us some sway with the Republic if it ever does come that they need certain advisement whether or not they come to blows with our Jedi friends.
I think you guys are missing the most important question. Who has the deeper pockets?
Well, money wise, it would probably be the Republic, followed by, well, Zerka, then the Republic, then the Jedi, maybe on the same line. I have no idea how rich the Jedi are. I look at their temple and I see how extravagant it is. I think it goes more towards pillows and cushions than it does anything else. But and fountains. They're all nice, of course. But the university might not compensate us as much as they would, but we could find allies and scientists and the minds that are there. There are a lot of great individuals there. They instructed me. They've taught me everything that I know. And including my mother, who was an instructor there. And there's a strength in allies more so than money that's gone like that.
You know what? I'm all up for meeting Mama and Papa Dici. Let's
Should we go kill a bounty first, or should we show up before we have blood on our hands?
depends on what kind of woman your mom is.
Vars has changed Talos so much. It's absolutely absurd.
I don't know. I mean, maybe your mom wants to see you when you're all clean. I'm guessing. Maybe we can save that for later. Yeah, depending on, I don't know if your family reunions typically go well or not. If it goes badly, at least you got, some poor idiot to take your frustrations out on. Then it's legal.
Well, I have. It's been a while since I've seen my family. Tegan, I remember that we established that my father is not going for Senate on the anymore for Umbara because it's part of the Hapes.
The Hapes Consortium is your dad's in Umbara. I forgot, I think he was the magistrate or something like that. We eventually agreed upon.
Yeah.
He's still on the home planet.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been forgetting to hit you up about all that. And then my brother was already supposed to be there as well.
Mhm.
So I guess my mother would be the only one that's here maintaining any sort of residency.
Definitely. So she'd be the kind of the one there leading the science institute.
Okay, retroactively, we're gonna go see Mama, not Mommy Daddy.
All right.
But
Mama.
I have a great relationship with my mother. My father taught me a lot of what I know about history and getting interested into the sciences. However, it was my mother who led me down the technology and bioanalysis route, and she is my inspiration for much of my research. So,
Well, I've seen you pluck us from the edge of death more than once, so yeah. At the very least, I can go give her my thanks.
and you're all more than welcome to join. Just no bomb threats, and don't ask her for money.
All right, sure, if you insist.
Perfect. So are you guys all going to sell the Lost Army to the Institute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what they say. Maybe she calls us idiots. And it's like, no, you should sell us to the Republic. We're not going to pay you.
No, yeah. So she'll probably be faithful to it. Your Jedi friends may not be as happy about it, but she'll probably be pretty favorable to it. But yeah, so you guys are able to make your way through the streets of Coruscant, eventually arriving into the University District, where you see kind of numerous skyscrapers with the rounded edges and piers and kind of the marble columns of the learned, and you eventually make your way to the Institute, where you do see a little lobby area with kind of directions to the offices for its administrative staff. Is everybody going in, or is?
Does it look like a place where we'd be let in? would we be weird going in there?
Fully loaded, yeah. Like as we're walking up, Talus is just kind of like, big eyes, big pupils, not because of drugs. Like it's been a while since he's been in this area of Coruscant, or just even on Coruscant in this area.
All right.
To
be fair, Willie, you're 11 feet tall. My guy's decked
yeah,
out in
you kind of look
Beskar. My guy's decked out in Beskar. Jar Jar's a Gungan with one eye and one hand. No matter where we go, people are gonna be like, "What is this? Is this a bad joke that I walked into?"
You guys should be kind
point.
of like noticing a little bit maybe of their discomfort as they kind of notice that they look different than a lot of the people around them that are more academically clothed and readied. Tiles will be like, "It's okay. You're with me. Just stay close, Uli."
Yeah, you see kind of like reactions of people as you enter the building. Some initially look like afraid, like because if you saw this group of people walk in, probably your first thoughts are going to rob the place. But you see some people kind of shrink back, but then others go, "Oh, it's the guys from the HoloNet. They're the ones that tried to bomb the people that testified in front of Congress or in front of the Senate."
See, I told you we'd be okay.
Yeah, you see kind of the people talking and whispering. A couple of them even try to come up and like take like selfies with you as you're walking through. Just kind of a little bit of pandemonium with some of the younger and kind of students and intern type people. You see a lot of the elder kind of scientists and just more established people just kind of shaking their head as you won't make your way within the facility.
Occasionally, Caesar will tell one of the younger ones to look up the Butcher of the Rim to understand who he is. All right, so what's this? Oh, how many?
Why does this Wikipedia article have so many damn links? Oh my god.
Those are links to everybody. Never mind. So
Casualty reports.
Talus knows his way, kind of where he's at.
Yeah, you're able
All
to.
use the Gungan guillotine.
You're definitely able to navigate. You've been there before, able to navigate your way through to your mother's office. And you see it is pretty well decorated. Definitely a lot of kind of solid steel, kind of clean, very. I shouldn't say well decorated. It's packed full of different things, all well organized, well arrayed. A lot of different materials, beakers, different awards and plaques, but it looks very almost so sterile. Definitely looks like it could be used to experiment. Well organized, well meticulously laid out. And you do see behind your desk a tall Imbaran with the pale skin, deep glasses, looking back at you. She goes, "Talus, it is good to see you." He kind of looks at you. "Are you eating? Are you all right? We've heard a lot of rumors about you lately, my boy."
Talus just kind of like puts a hand on his neck. He's just kind of like, oh God, I was not prepared for this, is how he's kind of feeling. And he looks back at each of you and up to you, Uli, and says, well, I would like you all to meet my mother, Sela Dici.
She kind of nods and says, you can call me Dr. Dici. But it is nice to meet you all. I got to see a little bit of your testimony in front of the Senate. Uh, he looks to Uli. You're taller than I. It looks from the holocam. But
I get that a lot.
I'm happy to see you all right. Usually you all pop up quite a bit in the HoloNet, and it's been dark for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, about that, we can't really discuss it. You know how it is, Doctor. He says it in like the most like awkward way. I mean, I don't remember when the last time is that I saw her, but it's awkward, but it's more like it's his respect towards his mother, nonetheless.
Wait,
But
you're not going to tell your mom?
well, I mean, we're in her place of work. Fars, I'm not gonna.
Never mind. Sorry.
I mean, but as you know, I'm working for Zerka now, and they have me going many places, and some of them I can't really talk about. However, we did pick up quite the specimen, and we were wondering if maybe at some point we could drop by with it, and you take a look at it. And I cannot remember the name of it. Is it a Vornsk?
No, you guys got the Army.
Okay, cool. We didn't get the Force one.
We got the one that cancels out the Force.
Yeah.
We got the one that cancels out the Force.
Not the one that hunts through the Force, yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind. So yeah, I tell her the creature, and I kind of bring up like my wrist pad, and I have like a picture of it, and show kind of the holo recording from the very vicious battle that we had against one of them, and yeah, the habitat that they're in. I give her the details about that, but I withhold the name of the planet and everything, and yeah, and the reason for this is we're kind of unsure of who really to share these findings and this information with, and I of course trust you, and you know who knows what the university and the academic minds here can find in their research on this creature.
You kind of look as you can see, she is like keenly observing kind of the different photos you show of the Slarby, the little lizard creatures kind of lazing in the trees. She goes, "Quite interesting. You say they repulse the Force? Did you have any way of testing this?"
Look up to Uli.
Yeah, it does it.
Describe your symptoms. What did it feel like?
Do you wear corrective lenses?
You see, you tap. Listen, bards. If it's not too sunny, I usually have pretty clear eyes.
Okay, so imagine it's really sunny out, like all the time. Like, but that's what it feels like. It's you can still see, but it's off, and it's off in a very noticeable way that's distracting. And if you're not used to it, it's very, very difficult to keep your bearings. That's about what it felt like. Not useless, but when you're used to feeling a cool breeze against your skin and then it suddenly becomes very hot, it's something like that. It's a state of being. You go from being on to off, and it's very hard to put to words.
Is it kind of like being deaf in one direction?
Yeah, I mean, kinda. I mean, it is. You're, for lack of a better word, you're gimped. I mean, it's like one of your senses goes out, or you're just deaf in general. It's not impossible to get around, but it makes things very difficult if you're not used to going without. But it's instant, as far as I know. I mean, there was once we crossed the threshold, that was it. And then once I got a certain distance away from them, came back on like nothing had been turned off at all.
About how
So,
far did you have to be away from them, do you think?
Would I have noticed that, Tegan? Was there
You probably guess like a meter or two. If
Yeah.
it was just one of them, but it kind of got bigger if there were multiple of them gathered.
seemed to be affected by more numbers of the creature, but it's relatively close proximity. Let's put it this way: I wouldn't want to be the person trying to use this thing against a Force user. You'd have to get pretty damn close to one of us. And well, I don't have a lightsaber, but the other ones do.
Well, on top of this new species, I hope that the department isn't researching arachnids anymore and they've moved on to better, more worthwhile research. Speaking of which, I do have a vial of Y-shock poison. Would you be interested in that? Might be a little bit outdated from the research, but
You see, we're still studying arachnids. They're still proving to be an interesting subject to gather data upon. We've recently gotten some new samples, but we'd be happy to take a look at the white shock venom. She kind of looks as you reach the arachnids, and she leans a little bit closer, like close enough, like she's saying, like just like almost whispering it to you. We took your father and I took care of it last time when you saw the spider. And you kind of see her hold her hands up. I saw that Zerka billboard. Are you all right? We could definitely help you out again if you need to.
I'm fine. And I just kind of look back at everybody. Everything's fine. And I kind of back up and give a little bit more space. And I pull up a hollow recording of the Y shocks that we encountered as well. And well, this would be the specimen. I'm sure that you can be proud of me facing my fears and all that. And I kind of take off my bag and reach in and I pull out the vial. We've actually ran into these creatures on more than one occasion and not necessarily in their home turf, in their home environment. So any research that you can that comes about your studies in this, and I'll hand over the vial. Providing any sort of maybe resistance or stronger resistance to this specific poison would be very helpful because I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, that we have not seen the last of these despicable creatures. But on that note, we have quite a lot of data, and I'll kind of look up to Uli. We have a lot of data on a great number of creatures, and if you watch the hearings then you know that our galaxy is at threat by a more intriguing species than even the ones that we're giving you samples of. And if you know anybody that you believe other than yourself that could be potential help in our investigation to figure out this enemy at the biological level, that would be very helpful.
You see, go ahead. Go ahead, Vice.
Oh, well, just to be a bit more specific, I don't think energy weapons hit them the same way that they hit us. I don't know if that's just a happy accident based on where they're from, or for them observing the way that we conduct warfare and making armor that's resistant to it. But if you take a look at your son's data and see anything that might be better at it man, I'm bad at words. Do you have stuff that can kill him better?
You see, kind of, she straightens up. It does have kind of like a slight shake of her head. It goes, I specifically did not go into defense studies. I've always focused more on the medical aspects as well as biological implements. Very entertaining to see these new shaped species that seem very intriguing. But if you want something to kill better, I would look at a different intellect. And you kind of see she looks at Talus a little bit and says, though it does seem you've made my son quite proficient in that.
Yeah, your boy's pretty damn good at it.
He's kept us alive, and all
Yeah.
the same, torn
Yeah.
apart our enemies.
Yeah, to be fair, your son's pulled me from the brink more than once. So, thanks for raising a good doctor, I guess.
You see her nod, and kind of you see her look back over the data as well as the white shock and go, well, that creature that pushes back the force seems quite intriguing. I know we've been doing, we've had a little bit of brain drain recently when it comes to those who study metachlorians, but I would be very interested to see if we could replicate or even duplicate this. The force is such, the Jedi make it seem like it's such a mystical presence, but it's based off cells. We should be able to understand and hopefully manipulate it. So we would be interested in that Yaslami, the creature that you came across, for study and research purposes.
Well, in that case, we'll definitely make sure to secure it and put it onto a shuttle and have it delivered here at some point. But my ask for potential others to help us investigate our newest enemy to the galaxy. Not necessarily looking, and I kind of like glance at bars and then back. Not necessarily to kill them faster, but more to understand them. There is a lot of data that I will be sending you, and I think that you'll be very surprised to know that everything about them is on the biology level. Their ships are alive. Their technology is alive. And they have a very interesting culture, as far as I can understand it, of changing themselves, which they look at as the betterment of their species or whatever they call themselves. But the Vong incorporate other species and they control other species all through a biological way. So understanding their physiology will be very helpful. So your top minds, in combination with mine and Uli's here, would be very very beneficial in the coming days, I think.
It says we'll spare what resources we can to understanding this new threat. Of course, we'll dedicate what the Republic and our institute can allow to kind of uncover any data you send back, and we'll definitely let you know if we do come across any pertinent discoveries.
That's all I can ask. I know that you're very busy, and I appreciate you seeing us on walk-in notice.
Well, of course, Talos, we always like to see you. Should, if you can make your way to the consortium and through, we've heard that about your time in Kashyyyk. Your father and your brother would be happy to see you, especially with how close you were last time. But I'm glad that you popped in today. Kind of looks, kind of rifles through a drawer. For the Aslarmi creature, I can offer you a few credits. Our petty cash is 500. Does that sound acceptable to you? I know you lot can be a bit mercenary now.
I think that would be perfect, and you can actually just give the entire sum to my friend Vars here, please.
That should get you a pretty sum of ammo.
Thanks, Miss Dr. Dici.
You guys hear nod her head. She said, I'll study that Weishak venom. I don't know if I can make a resistance, but I may be able to make you an antidote for it. If you've been bitten and frozen as paralyzed as the venom does. Maybe give you a couple doses.
That would be very well appreciated by Mrs. Self.
You see, she goes, our scientists should be able to hopefully duplicate and reverse the effects. So, well, we'll put them on that, and I'll send it over to you after we've had some time to analyze it. Vitalis, I'm glad that you're not neglecting your research as you traverse around the stars. It's good to see that you are still studying and still learning. I do wish you'd take a more academic environment, but I think this will be good for you.
Oh, I'm glad you approve, Mother, and I also hope that everybody else approves as well. And I will make an effort to see them at some point if we're in that area.
That would be good. I have not heard much news from your father lately on Umbara, but always good to see family when you can. You see, kind of look to the rest of the group. I gotta eye you guys all individually. I do have one charge for the rest of you, though. Do make sure to keep him safe. He was not supposed to be out shooting guns and throwing explosions. So you kind of see your focus on the Mando. You lot have a well-earned reputation for ferocity. Make sure that he comes home alive.
You got it, man. But to be fair, he's pretty good at it.
You gotta say, like, it's both comforting and discomforting to her. Like, she definitely is not sure how to react to it.
Yeah, your son adapts well. Now, if I could, I know it might not be necessarily your academic expertise, but if I wanted to talk to somebody about understanding what weapons would increase my lethality against these invaders, do you have a contact, or maybe somebody can forward that research to somebody that would be more suited for that pursuit?
Well, I do know Supreme Chancellor Oveno has taken some of our scientists and rededicated them to the war effort, especially with that new expedition that you all will be leading out to the Outer Rim. I would contact him. He's sure to have resources to bring to bear, especially for those who helped in his ascent.
Helped, fostered, same thing, right? Well, appreciate your time and attention, Dr. Dici. It's been a pleasure.
A pleasure as well. Talos, be safe. Keep up the research. And let me know if you find any new discoveries. It'd be good to get you published again.
Talos will be the last one out of the room as everybody walks out, and he'll take one one last look at Mommy Dearest and just smile and just give her a nod and then turn back and follow everybody out.
She gives you kind of one last nod, and you see her kind of burying her face back into a different data pad lab, kind of going over some of the results that you sent to her.
Well, she's gonna have fun with that. What was it? 200,000 slide PowerPoint that Jarvis made.
Yeah.
Nah, she'll be through it in two hours. She's fast.
Impossible to read that whole thing in 2 hours. I
I
tried.
don't know my mom.
Fair enough.
Oh, man.
It's a lot though. Jarvis, he's really thorough.
I would have expected she'd be a bit prouder, her son. Adventurer, savior, and a corporate model now.
For rehab.
She's
Yeah.
she is proud of me in her own way, but it's never been a thing in our family to flaunt our accomplishments. Accomplishments are expected. So when you accomplish something, the non-DG family individual will congratulate you, whereas somebody within the DG family will go, well done, and what else? So it's just, yes, I've made accomplishments, and yes, I feel that I've bettered myself, especially with this group, but it's on to the next venture. It's on to the next, it's always progress, forward progression, always. And it's been nothing but that with this group. And as we're kind of like walking down the hall, and I'm still kind of like looking around and remembering, seeing these halls and everything as I'm saying all this. It was a close call in this last one, and I know that she means well, and I am the youngest in her family, but don't risk yourselves to keep me safe. Just do what you've been doing, and I think everything will work out.
I would do for you what I do for any one of my men.
Well, I appreciate that, Caesar.
Yeah.
And I guess we have been kind of already risking ourselves to protect you, so business as usual.
Yeah, right? I mean,
Yeah.
well, the way I see it, if you die, I'm probably next, so if anything, if not because I like you, then it's out of self-interest, right?
Talos will kind of like look back before they kind of take a final turn, and his mother's office is out of field of view. But he just looks back to make sure that there's no mom, and he looks back at everybody else, and he goes, I do have to say though that I think I'm going to need some more offensive upgrades. And he like pats his backpack.
Oh yeah. Man, they definitely got some
Yeah, I
excitement.
know your
You
mom
are
said
next.
not to, but we should get you a gun.
Hell yeah. Let's get you 2 guns.
I have a gun, and he like pulls up his sleeve, and you see kind of like this thick bracelet, which you would very much realize is a wrist blaster because you've got one yourself.
I have 2 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fully strapped.
Just like I've
That's not a gun.
already got a weapon.
Talis, that's not a gun.
I mean, I hide bigger guns in my underwear. We'll find you something you can handle, and it's better suited to the task at hand. I mean, you're not warding off, criminals that might take your purse or something. It's long.
Beetles that control gravity, spiders that can paralyze, force-eating dogs that bleed acid.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, I think I have to focus more on being able to help you guys take down these monstrosities that we've encountered while maintaining my still ever capable ability to keep you in the fight and keep me in the fight. But lately, I feel like I've just been lacking. It's either one side or the other. I don't feel like I can do enough to defend, and I don't feel like I can do enough to offend. And I want to do better. And that was my step in coming here, is to try and help us in that direction, is to give us all the help that we can get from dependable people and people that we don't have to worry about stabbing us in the back or having ulterior motives. Somebody that we can actually trust.
Well, still gonna get you a better gun though. Let's see if we can put that 20% to use.
Sweet. So, what's the group thinking next? Going shopping. Going to do the. We got a week in between the expedition leaving and now, so you can get some downtime in. Meeting with Oveno or the Jedi. What are you guys thinking?
I think we should have those conversations because based
on what Uveno and his scientists are doing, maybe that might point us into, the Vong are weak against, fill in the blank. And then we can kind of guide our purchasing based on that information. Because it turns out they're weak to cold or something. You better believe them getting as much cold weaponry as they can freaking carry.
I think there's power cells that make your weapon do cold damage.
Yeah, what?
Hmm?
Uh-oh.
I could be wrong. That's
that's
an
right.
old memory. Oh, there is? Yeah.
Time to engage.
I agree. Let's get the talking done, then we can just enjoy the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Get it all done in one day.
there is lots of damn talking to do. All right. Who's
Talking and
closest?
talking.
Oh yeah, so you could probably make it to Supreme Chancellor Ovado a bit easier on that side, as you got to make your way outside of the University District into the governing district, and you're going to reach the Senate Rotunda, and they're escorted through layers of security again to the Supreme Chancellor's office. And surprisingly, he's willing to kind of see you guys dropping in and willing to speak with you all. And you kind of see as they bring you through the kind of the corridors of the rotunda into his office. You see it looks like he's kind of wrapping up a kind of a war briefing, going over some of the damages that have taken place on Corellia. Before we get into that, each of you guys roll me a d10.
I quickly, I do have to ask,
Hmm?
what is the purpose of our visit to the Supreme Chancellor again?
I think you guys wanted some information from his scientist. I'm not sure if there's anything else you all wanted from him, though.
Yeah, the point of visiting him was it was about the scientists specifically, but also we are set to do this expedition as well outward. So maybe getting more information about that.
Maybe we can milk him for more credits. Yeah. Hey, well, we got to get ready for this, and we're not exactly going to get outfitted by your. Yeah. Just a thought.
Caesar has in mind of definitely getting some more influence with the Chancellor, and that's also
Before we walk
on.
into the Chancellor's office, not Caesar, Talus will definitely cast a temporary boost onto Caesar.
Thank you. And Caesar would pat you on the back and give a nod.
Sweet. Well, you guys make your way with. Caesar, give me a d10 roll.
I did. I guess.
Oh, you did? Oh, I did. Oh, I missed them. Oh, no, I got everybody. All right. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, so you guys go through. Do you see that they are giving a debrief on the recent attack by the Crusaders on Corellia? And it looks, you kind of hear bits and pieces of the generals and Oveno talking, and you see it looks like he's surrounded himself pretty much. You all probably haven't seen too much interaction with Supreme Chancellors before, but there's usually more senators in the room as they go through these military briefings. Right now, it's pretty much just generals. Generals, the admirals. Looks like he's surrounded himself by the military. There is kind of a few holdouts that you guys are familiar with as well from the Security Council there with you, from the Senate, just kind of making their presence known. You see Moro Shesh of Kaut is with them, as well as Orso Bel Ibis, both kind of Orso from Karelia had a military background before going into the Senate. And you'd probably guess, too, from Moro of Kaut being there, Kaut makes most of the Republic's best fleet, or most of its best ships. So he probably earns a entry to the military briefings, but definitely a lot less senators, definitely a lot less of a political presence outside of that Security Council. They're going over the attack on Karelia, and basically, kind of you see them. One of the generals going through a Bothan general going, "Well, the attack was not as bad as it could have been. The defense force responded quickly to the Crusaders making their way into our system. They took heavy casualties, while our ships remained pretty well maintained after the onslaught." And it pleases me to say that we were able to protect our Jedi partners. The Green Jedi, while they tried to ram some of their ships into their temple after the attack was known to have failed, have suffered minimal casualties. Most of them had cleared out of the temple before the attack began in earnest. So while it was destroyed, they had minimal loss of Jedi lives. So it's a great day for the Republic and our allies. And you see Ovano kind of goes, glad to hear Corleone was able to repel those invaders. Oh, God, that's not Ovano's voice. Glad to hear that Corleone was able to repel those invaders. You see his Moncal eyes swiveling. And he goes, and the Jedi were able to fend for themselves. It is a good day that we were able to keep those barbarians from doing more harm to the Republic. And he sees you all walk in, and he kind of waves you in and waves some of the senators out, leaving the Bothan general in with him. And he goes, "It is good to see you all again. We haven't heard much news from you of late. What have you all been doing in preparation for this expedition?"
Gathering information as well as making sure we have deliberated and gathered the proper weaponry. We've made a few deals to give us some discounts that we plan on very much taking advantage of.
That is good to hear. We need all advantages we can against these savages.
Oh, absolutely. And I should say, first time I've been able to speak to you again since your recent ascension. Congratulations, Supreme Chancellor.
You see, he kind of regards you. And you know from the last time he didn't like you a whole lot. But give me a persuasion check. Especially with him being a military man, his planet getting slaughtered by the Dominion.
You got a D6 to add to that too. Bam.
Oh, do we have an inspiration?
You have a D6 that you can add on to that.
Do we
I don't
have
think
an
we have
inspiration?
No.
I don't think we have any.
You guys. I gave
have-
you three. You guys have 3 from what you earned today. If you want to use them.
Could I also additionally argue for advantage due to the fact that Caesar, despite his previous affiliation with the Dominion, gave a very heartfelt speech about how he is truly about the Republic and got this man elected, and is currently helping the party with fighting the invaders.
So, fortunately, giving the speech and getting them elected took you from disadvantage to normal. So, you're fortunate with your background as a Dominion officer and some of the atrocities they've committed to his people. He does not like the Dominion at all.
So could I use that inspiration, boys?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Thank you. Oh!
So you see him nod and go, "Thank you. Your support was necessary, I guess."
Oh, but it was the most natural cause of events. You were the most competent leader at there, and all the senators were impeding you. And in these war efforts, it requires decisive action, not constant, slow deliberation. I, for one, enjoy and love democracy, but in this case, it is you who must make the hard decisions. Quickly, swiftly, and ferociously.
You see, he kind of looks uncomfortable for a moment before he says, "We do need swift action now, and I do pledge to give that to the Republic. And as we've conquered the threats that faced us, these Yuzon Vong Dominion, I do swear to give the power back. I do not wish to be a tyrant. But that is not what brought you here today. I am happy that you all are agreeing to go along with this expedition. Your experience and expertise with these Yuzon Vong will be cherished. And you see, kind of pulls up a diagram or a little hologram, and you see kind of numerous ships and kind of well-stocked, well-appointed ships beginning to pop up. Republic Hammerhead cruisers, other kind of dreadnoughts, as well as support ships. The fleet is being assembled. Your efforts to prove to the Senate that this was a true threat have gone noticed, and that we were able to secure a significant amount of resources to help in your endeavor into the Outer Rim. You all will be brought on as advisors to lend your experience and expertise in encountering and in fighting these monsters to our soldiers and help them conquer these beasts and find more proof, as well as hopefully finding one of their strongholds. Uh, we're hoping to send a decisive message that we will not be so easily cowed.
There will be vengeance for how they introduced themselves in the Outer Rim.
We do need to send a strong message after they destroyed a planet full of civilians, full of other resources, just to send a message. We must let them know that the Republic is made of sterner stuff, and we do not back down from those who would take our liberty from us.
Precisely. And I thank you so much for allowing this expedition to occur. We have been fighting these invaders for quite a long time. And while we are expertised, we have relied on the Republic somewhat in our findings. Before in the past, we have donated some of living and not living specimens to the Republic to be researched at whatever black site they saw fit. It is so now. We humbly request that we be privy to the information and research they discovered on whatever they could find on these invaders, so that this expedition may be the most successful it can possibly be.
You see him kind of nod and say, we'll share the information that we have. Unfortunately, the creatures that you were able to send back, one was almost catatonic, and the other was very hard to get to speak. They seemed very honor-oriented, just willing to take a warrior's death out of much. But our scientists were able to play with some of the armor that you gave us and experiment a bit. We find that they are resistant to energy and resistant to much of our vapor knives and kind of impact weapons. But we have found that both fire, with our flamethrowers, as well as our cold-based weapons, and sonic, both seem to pierce through as we'd expect and do the damage to these creatures through their armor. We kind of see him open a data pad, and he goes, "We've actually equipped you all with some resources to aid in this endeavor. We've given you 2 incendiary cells, 2 plasma grenades, 2 med packs, and 1 spacesuit apiece."
That will come. Oh, good.
And I'll just say this.
Man, out of all the people we've talked to today, You've made me the happiest.
Because you see, he kind of regards you and shrugs and goes, "We need this mission to be a success. We need to inspire the people of the Republic, and you all are." He kind of looks at you, goes, "I'll be blunt with you. You all are controversial figures. Some call you liabilities, but you have accomplished the tasks set in front of you. So I need you to bring that same luck, zeal, spunk, whatever you call it, to this endeavor and make sure that we can bring a victory back to the people of the Republic and the galaxy as a whole and show that these invaders are real and that they are not invincible."
We shall not only bring hope to the Republic, but shall strike fear into the hearts of these invaders. We shall well and truly make them question whether a warrior's death is truly what they seek, or if it's complete and utter surrender.
You see, he nods and goes, "Well, that will be good. We appreciate your dedication to this. Your role with this expedition is will be, as we said, advisors. You all will serve on your ship, and the generals will help perform it as you guys go to the Outer Rim and begin searching for the creatures. The generals will help you find patterns for search, as well as the best approaches if you do find the creatures. But truly, we need a win here. We need to really inspire hope, especially after the Crusaders' latest endeavor."
While it is not innately needed for the success of the expedition, as even with everything that we have now, we can pull out the most triumphant of wins for the Republic, I do believe that in the case of a success, that there may be necessary cause for giving a higher ranking status for the Republic for these individuals in this room here.
What?
And he gestures. Each of these individuals has a history. Though they have their faults, and many see issues with them, as you said, controversial, these people, well and truly, are what the galaxy needs, what the Republic needs to have hope brought back to the people. It's been a long, arduous war. If these people are given the proper compensation and respect by the Republic, I promise you the people will look, see, be inspired, and will join into the fight.
Well, Caesar, that may not be unfounded, but outside of yourself and your colleague Dash, the rest of these are Mandalorians, a nation currently at war with us, or Zerka, unnecessary evil within the galaxy.
I can truly speak for their capabilities as well as vouch for them. These individuals do not represent the evil of Zerka, but the good that Zerka has preyed upon. And for Vaz, well, he has a very bright future, and could be the bridge and connection we need to the Mandalorians.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm for all this. I don't think I would have stepped foot on Coruscant unless I was invading it. But we need each other. I know that some lots in the Republic don't want to see that, and I can guarantee most of my kin don't feel that way either. But I've been around in your space for a long time. I know you guys can fight. And right now we've got a bigger enemy to worry about.
We do have a bigger enemy. While I cannot offer you position in the Republic, I do wish to have position or peace between the Mandalorians and the Republic, especially with this war coming up. We have mutual enemies. The Dominion, the Vong, There's much that I think a Mandalorian Republic alliance could do, especially when it comes to your people's supply chain issues.
If that's an invitation for a conversation, I'm willing to relay that message.
Let your people know, and I'd like to come to this conversation with a victory under our belts. So you let the Mandalorians know, and then do well with finding the fleet of the Yuzon Vong and bringing hell to them.
Yeah.
In that regard, of the Yuzong Vong fleet, we've engaged with them, and would say that the ship that I helped create is state of the art. I'm sure that these individuals here can attest. And if you were to ever visit my ship, you would very clearly see that. But there is a piece of my puzzle, my ship, that remains, a couple, in fact. And if I could have your assistance, Supreme Chancellor, in getting one of those final pieces before this incursion into the unknown, I think that that would give us one more advantage going in.
You see, it looks resources are stretched thin. What are you looking for?
Yes, and I understand that. I'm looking for, and he pulls up his wrist pad, and just a small list of components and modules and other relatively state-of-the-art equipment pieces, more or less, pops up. These are the final pieces that I need at the moment to upgrade an AI on my ship that has been an extreme asset to everything since the beginning of this. Everything from helping us analyze the data in a timely manner, more time than it would have taken any normal individual, and also helping us in our most recent encounter of holding off the Crusaders at an undisclosed location.
Wait, is an AI illegal?
No, it's not.
Oh, all right. Man, I don't know anything about tech.
Don't. I'm glad it's not illegal because I was sitting there like, oh shit. But yeah, Talos kind of chuckles as far as whispers that I wouldn't ask the Supreme Chancellor if it was. But I can guarantee you, Supreme Chancellor, that this extra bit will help us go the extra light year. What's the measurement in Star Wars?
Parsec. Yeah. Parsec, yeah.
Parsec.
You see, he nods and he looks to the Bothan general and he goes, General, that'll be all for today. Please go about your business. And as the general leaves and leaves you in the room with just the Supreme Chancellor Oveno, he kind of leans back in his chair and he goes, officially, I will offer you this data or this upgrade in materials if you can successfully earn a victory for the Republic and something to rally behind. Unofficially, I do know where you spent the last 2 weeks. Zerka was not able to provide me their data. If you're willing to share the data, you can get that upgrade.
Caesar's gonna still poker face, but his one good eye looking at Dallas like, go for it.
Yeah.
Give in to the temptation. Join the Republic side.
Guys, morality. Hey, we'll give you some new ship parts. Morality, baby. Hey, you want that double spaced? I got you, boy.
I did manage to get a bit of the data before we ended up purging what was at that facility and then immediately destroying the facility. Let me get that to you in a transferable form. Of course, the AI that I speak of will be able to do that in minutes. So as soon as I can make it back to my ship and I can have have my AI Jarvis fit that, I will have it to you encoded and to your scientists and yourself within the day.
Good. Once my scientists can review and ensure that it is legit based off the progress reports we've received from Zerka, we will open our facilities to your ship and help you with the upgrades you need.
I appreciate it, Supreme Chancellor.
Perfect. Well, I believe we've had a good day so far. So, unless there's anything else you need from myself or the Republic, I'd like to end on a high note.
I mean, I got a long list of weaponry that I... Never mind. I'll take the win.
Yes.
Plasma cells sound nice.
Thank you. And should you need something in the meantime, we will be here on Coruscant until it's time.
Good. Go well and know that you are serving the Republic. Let the Republic's strength flow through you. And you guys probably would have seen this from different reports that he has. He doesn't say, "May the Force be with you." He says, "Let the Republic's strength flow through you."
That's what I figured. I'm like, piece of shit.
This guy really hates Jedi.
He's going out of his way.
Force, ew, gross.
He hates Force users, Sith, Jedi.
Yeah.
Just come across the board. But yeah, so he would definitely, if you guys send that over to you, he will allow you guys to upgrade the ship to tier 3. But you will need to pay for the AI enhancement on your own, though.
Okay, how much is that going to net us?
I'm not sure how much. I'll have to look up. There's a pricing table for it. But this tier 3 thing is pretty expensive. Saved you guys a good bit of credits on that side for the upgrade.
Looks like I'm not getting any guns.
I'm just saying, Jarvis at the Central Computer 3, Jarvis his proficiency increases to 4 now. And additionally, he gains proficiency in piloting, and he can move the ship during combat conditions and take helm actions.
We'll party
So
on.
he can fire and he can fly the ship now.
What does Uli do?
Party.
All right.
I don't have to do anything.
Useless.
Yeah, hey,
Everybody, get a
I
gun.
hang out in the airlock.
Hey,
That's a dangerous
to-
place.
If you need to throw a weapon at the enemy, that's what I'm there for.
hell yeah. All right.
Are we leaving at this point?
Oh yeah, is there anything else you guys want to say to the Supreme Chancellor?
I just want to be the last one out of the room. That's all. It's stare down.
Talus will give when we get these supplies, or if we're just getting them now. I'm gonna choose one incendiary cell and one plasma grenade, and I'm gonna give both to Vars.
I think we get those each, right?
Yes.
Or is it
Yes.
spacesuit? All of that stuff's each. Okay.
All that's each. Yep. So everybody gets a spacesuit. That won't come up. But and then everybody gets an incendiary grenade and as well as an incendiary cell.
All right. Well, seeing as I'm the only one that shoots stuff right now, outside of maybe Caesar sometimes.
No.
All right. So
Grenades and in melee. That's Caesar's fighting style. And also helping others and telling others to shoot for him.
Is downtime going to happen this session, Tegan?
Yeah, we'll probably do a little quick downtime to wrap up because we'll start the adventure next session.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go bounty hunting with Vars so that he can have more of his influence on me. But I think that we also can put money into that, and I don't want to put money into it before I know how much this very important piece that I convinced the Supreme Chancellor to give me is gonna cost.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, because they're upgrading the ship to tier 3 for you all. And the AI piece, so modifications. This is a medium ship. Where's the pricing thing at? Do you know what is that an engineering or is that a suite for the AI?
Should be. I have it up right now.
Universal.
It
Looks
is
like,
a universal.
right? Yep.
Yes.
Sweet. So universal. So that is 4,000, 8,000 credits. I'm not sure if there's a tier change. I don't think there's any different additional tier cost for it. So that'd be 8,000 credits.
8,000. Talus will foot the bill on this. All of it. I have 9,050 credits. Tegan, not to the group. So that'll put me down to 1,050.
All right.
Call it my contribution to the galaxy.
Sweet. So you see, they have Doctor of Public Birth, and you see them just upgrading the ship as a whole, which you guys get some extra hit dice and shield dice for that as well.
We're just taking the average on those.
Yeah, I think you guys just took average last time. You guys can. My rule is always you can either take average or roll, but you take whatever you roll. So your choice there. If you get a 1, that's a roll. But I always go average because average is better than average.
Sure. We'll average. So we have a D8, so that's 6 plus con. So that'll be an extra 7 hit points.
Or 5 plus con.
Say that again. Sorry.
5 plus con.
Okay, so an additional 6 points. So that'll put us at 44.
I think you guys get an ABI increase too. It's been a little while since I looked through the tiers. Yeah, so take a look through the tier pieces for what you get. I think you get an ABI increase. I'm not sure what medium chips get at tier 3, but you get that too.
Before we left the Supreme Chancellor's office, I wanted to lock eyes with him, and I wanted to see if he's there in the Force.
You go for it. Give me a wisdom save. I forgot what the DC I put for that was.
I'll just throw that up there.
How crazy would it be if he was actually a Sith Lord?
Oh, that's not what I'm checking for. That's fine. He's on our side.
You think he's like self-loathing?
Yeah, who knows?
Oh god, a politician that hates something, wants to outlaw something, and it turns out he is something. Haven't heard of that before.
So you kind of get a muffled feel from him through the Force with kind of the overall din of Coruscant's kind of citizens around you. But Uli, you will remember too, and this is a little ways back, but you actually did feel him through the Force the day that Caesar recommended emergency powers for him. So you feel it's a little bit muffled now.
It's been 2 weeks, but it's been a long 2 weeks. So I want to make it look like I did it very nonchalant because I don't think I told them that I have. They're not aware of.
I was thinking about that. I'm 90% sure you've never mentioned it to the Republic, and they don't know that you do have Force powers.
So just kind of want to look at him, kind of like, you know how you do when you just kind of blankly look at someone, and then just give a slight nod. But he just thinks I'm weird, and then I walk out the door.
Yeah, you see kind of his eyes like bulge, like his Montgomery eyes bulge a bit, and then he just looks at you perplexed. And he kind of just like he opens up kind of his little terminal and just like starts working as he waits for you to leave.
Just give him a nod, just walk away. Like, all right, he's who? It's what I expected, at least. There was something. That's all I was checking for. Something. If I feel something, that means it's not nothing.
So I don't need to go gun shopping anymore.
You sure?
I bought. I'm buying 12 incendiary cells.
Fair enough.
I think it'll be enough.
Why get a new gun? We could have just switched.
Add fire to this one? Hell yeah.
Could you put incendiary cells into the ship's guns?
I think they sell something like that.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
checked too
expensive.
much.
I have a
It's
1,000
expensive.
left. I have
Oh.
1,000 credits left.
I've got 720. That's fine. I just now Vars can hurt the damn enemy without being half damage. Haha, deal with that sucker. No, now it's
Well,
now
if we go bounty hunting, there's a chance that we can get a couple thousand credits.
that's true. If we get really lucky, we get 10,000. But that's
Really lucky.
Yeah.
Really lucky. We'll spend all the inspiration die on that.
Oh man. Come on,
Yeah,
10K.
I just went from filthy rich to
Man, I went from hey, I'm doing okay to you know what, I'm still doing okay. I got what I needed. I don't give a damn.
yeah. I haven't spent any of my credits for like, I don't know, half the sessions. We're in what, session 34 or something. I haven't spent anything since so long. It's been so I think that was worth it. I think Jarvis being able to control the ship now, that opens a wide range of opportunities now. So
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
I might get some med packs here, so I might not even need to spend my credits.
Yeah.
Tegan, really quick on the subject of the ship, I think that I'm bad at math, or I did when we went up to tier 2, I forgot to update our hull points and our shield points, so we're actually, and I haven't updated it completely yet, but I think we're down 1. So I'm going off hit die right now. Tier 0, you have 5d8, and every tier you gain an additional and it's the same for shields. At every additional tier, you gain another 1d8. So at tier 0, 5d8. At tier 1, you should have 6. Tier 2, 7. At tier 3, you should have 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 6 more hit points and shield points to add and 1 additional hit point. We've been gimping ourselves 6 on everything since last fight. I think that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So downtime?
Yeah, let's roll into downtime. So what do you guys do for your week off as you prepare for the expedition to the unknown?
Caesar's playing politics. He wants to get into the good graces of the Supreme Chancellor through his military expertise.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, with the play of politics, how's Caesar trying to ingratiate? Is he got to go over like battle reports, try to find new strategies for the Republic of the war against either the invaders who haven't fully shown themselves, or the Dominion, or what's he kind of focusing on to help boost his relationship with Oveno?
Well, Caesar is very much focused on the invaders at hand. Before the invaders, so before the campaign, he was actively still fighting the Dominion. And Caesar knows a lot about the Dominion. And so he's going to be focusing on that because he knows the Chancellor will like that, and it still helps the Republic in his eyes. So very, very harsh, aggressive, brutal strategies that would absolutely just crush any hopes of Dominion victory, or if there even was one, that it would not be worth it. So advising on battles, giving strategies, going over battle reports, doing a lot of paperwork.
Perfect. So spend 500 credits as you kind of go through with your research. Give me your choice of lore or investigation as you kind of look and hunt for different strategies that the Republic can bring to bear.
Well, lore makes sense. I'm proficient in investigation, and it has been a while since Caesar was part of the Dominion. So I'll go investigation.
Nice. Sweet. So with that, so roll me a D100 as well.
Oh,
Let me see.
I've
So you got a
not gotten good on
22.
those.
That's a 49. So yeah, so as you kind of go through studying different battle plans, you see that there have been, while the invasion or the Dominion has kind of cooled down some of their efforts in recent times, there's still kind of an open battlefront, kind of near the kind of the junction between the Republic, Dominion, and Mandalorian fronts. You are able to kind of sneak a good and find a good bit of information on kind of how the Dominion fleet is structured there, and give Oveno as well as the high command of the military just one piece of information that could help them turn the tide in that battle and hope potentially open up that front again and push back the Dominion a little bit further from that specter. Definitely do earn a bit of begrudging respect from the Supreme Chancellor.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so yeah, you kind of open up that battlefront there, get a little respect from the Chancellor. And who's up next?
Well, I think Uli would have heard Vars talking about bounty hunting, but he knows he probably can't go because he's got to go earn his pay for being the gardener publicly. But he's gonna give 500 credits to aid their search,
Oh,
just
nice.
so they can go do whatever they need to do.
Very
And then
generous.
he's gonna make the usual rounds down across the pits, see which one's good. Looking for a not a good fight, not a rough one, but nothing light. Like he needs to punch something that doesn't bleed acid all over him and doesn't shoot fire from the sky whenever it dies. You know, that kind of a thing. He just needs the galaxy needs to make sense for a few minutes, and this is the best way he knows how to do it to center himself.
Perfect. You definitely find a good pit, and if you let as you let the Zerka team know, you see some Zerka officials come through and get you a good big gold shirt with a Zerka emblem on it, emblazoned with the gardener on the back. Was brought to you by Zerka at the bottom of the shirt, and then they give you some gear on that side. They go, all right. Knock him dead, Gardner. Can I see a little holocam? We'll be capturing this and broadcasting it around the galaxy, if you will. And you see they've got a little fighting pit set up. The announcer yells out, "Welcome to the World Fighting Pit Champions of Coruscant, brought to you by Zerka." We've got the Gardener in one corner, as well as the Eviscerator in the next. And you see a little kind of a Nikto, kind of hard, leathery skin on the other side. He'll be your first opponent on that. So give me a... well, first, I think you have to spend some money.
I don't think for this one you do. At least I
Oh
didn't
no, it
see.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look like you have to spend any money for this one.
Just have to spend your blood.
Perfect. And then either give me your choice of acrobatics, athletics, or a weapon attack.
I think we've always done the unarmed strike for this.
All
No
right.
reason to change it up. Was there a way to use? I don't remember if we did this last time. To use the like his flow walking ability or phase strike to get advantage on it?
Unfortunately, not the arena or the downtime of fights.
Ooh, that's not good.
So you get a +5 to your D100 roll. Let's see how he comes out.
Okay, see, can you make another roll? Does it let you make another roll, but it increases the DC?
Let me see.
I mean, with the +5, I might as well try, right? I mean,
So they could choose the. Hold on. The character must make at least one, but up to 3 checks, and then consult the fighting and pit table below. If they make more than 1 check, they choose the highest value amongst all checks made. However, each check made beyond the first, the DC for each tier increases by 5.
Yeah, I think. Can I try an acrobatics? I think
Right.
that might work. The punches aren't doing so well. I need to go limber and loosen up. Oh, that was even worse. I got a +0. I don't even think that works. I don't even think it goes. Does it?
No, you still go. You just don't get any bonuses. You just
Don't get any bonuses. Shit.
All right. This could be a rough match for poor Hooli.
Oh, it's gonna be rough for the other guy. Oh, they got an auto roll. All right, just a D100.
D100.
Oh,
shit.
oh wow, that was rough.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Uli,
man.
is that I feel like he's probably just Uli needed some rest after the craziness of Merc.
Yeah, he probably needs to sleep. He's fighting instead.
Fortunately, he gets beat down pretty. You see the Eviscerator just outmaneuver him. Some of the other fights he goes into, just his heart wasn't in it this time. It shows. And unfortunately, with below 40, you do lose all of your bouts. And you see that Zerka official as you finally get done, just kind of coming out a little battered. He just shakes his head. He takes this little he takes like the disc out of the holocam, throws it down, and just stomps on it and walks away.
Hey, I need those med packs though. That this hurts. This hurts really bad.
You see, he tosses 3 med packs behind him, and he goes, "Take it."
Good enough for me. There's the regular ones, right?
Just regular, yeah. You didn't get the fine, unfortunately.
Darn. Better luck next time. And he'll walk away, limping back to the ship.
Yeah, so you definitely make it back to the ship and able to get some rest after those bouts. Perfect. Team Bounty Hunter.
Let's go.
I forgot to have everybody do this. Uli, roll me a D20. And Caesar, roll me 1 too.
20. Okay.
10 works. You're good.
Okay.
I think Caesar said BRB, so we'll get him later. Yeah. So team Bounty Hunter. Sweet. So what type of bounties are you guys looking to take? The unlikely duo.
Whatever pays well. I think, unless Talos has a specific preference.
Sorry, I was in ship mode just now. We were way off on the shields and the hull points. I've updated it right now. I'm still about to do the ASI, so it might change again. Let's go. It's just the 2 of us. Let's go for something around the well, let's just go for 1 person. We don't want to go after a group. And let's see about bounties that have, bring them in cold or bring them in warm.
Okay, that works for me.
One or the other, so that we have some options right there and we're not boxed.
Yeah, we're just putting them in a box. All right.
Definitely various bounties around with dead or alive. You see a lot of these ones are posted by some of the more criminal organizations on Coruscant for those who have wronged them, but you're definitely able to pick some up. You find one for a Rhodian named Varco who stole a shipment of spice that he was supposed to deliver for his clientele and absconded into the under districts of Coruscant to wait out the heat. So survival, I forgot how we do help with these. So one of you guys can roll survival with advantage for this.
Hmm.
All right. How good are you at survival? Okay, I'm a little more than that. So advantage, eh?
Advantage.
Who needs it?
Solid. Yeah, so you all get a good start tracking through, making your way through the districts of the kind of under districts of Coruscant. Give me a D100 plus 20.
All right. Can we gamble with inspiration?
Oh, yeah, you guys can use inspo if you guys want to.
Oh, okay. You want to give that a roll, Dallas?
I need money.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Let's see where that gets us.
Can't be worse than 47, right?
I mean,
could-
I mean, the worst it
It could
could be
be
is
3.
21.
yeah.
You could get a 3.
That is
What I
that's
did.
true. Maybe not this time. You want to go to roll?
All right. Plus 20? I mean, that's 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was just not the downtime for the crew. Well, Caesar did all right, but made some inroads with the counselor. But yeah, you guys go. What's that? A 47? Oh no, you actually, yeah, you can't find your target. You look all around for Varco, but you're not able to find him in the under districts. But you do find a little minor bounty for this little Slimo named Ogorvo, who their public kind of guards were looking for, and they're able to give you guys each 500 credits for it, helping you break even on the hunt.
Yeah,
Gorvo.
all the money to you, Vars. As you can see, the undercity of Coruscant is vast and confusing. So
Yeah, I mean, I haven't exactly spent too much time here, so yeah, it's a maze. We might as well give Willie back his 500. He did help back us in this. Whatever, it was good exercise, right?
we tried.
That's what I'm gonna take away from
He's
this.
just gonna tell you, all right, keep that 500. There's this guy called the Eviscerator. He's your next target. Just break his leg. That's all I'm asking.
Dang.
I mean, I feel like the group when they come back to the shuttle, like Caesar's in like good to decent spirits. Uli beaten, battered up a little bit from his time in the pits. Vars and Talus got the grime of Coruscant's Undercity in. So Caesar's smiling. Everybody else is probably just ready to go home. and
Caesar's
go to
already
bed.
he already expected this. He has 3 bottles of mouthwash set out for each person, pouring out a little little shot glass, and just looks at them. Perhaps while you may have not succeeded today, you could still try out new experiences.
I'll take the damn mouthwash. Jeez.
Uli will take mouthwash, but he'll wash his mouth out with it and try to clean out some of the dried blood and stuff.
Hell with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the pick me up. And let's not do bounty hunting on Coruscant again. My God, how many levels are on this damn ball of metal?
Countless. But going down to 1313 was not the smartest idea, anyways. Looking for information down there is trivial. Nobody's going to give up anybody there.
Hey, I hear you can actually touch the surface somewhere. Is that still around? Can we do that? I don't trust a world I can't put my feet on, you know?
You
Yeah, you can touch the tip of the Minari mountain range somewhere over in that one
Sure.
district that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah. If we
But
get a
we've
moment,
built over it long since.
as long as I can put my feet on it. I'm fine.
I once had a bet early on in my run with the Dominion with someone else I was stationed with whether or not Coruscant had grass.
Well, I mean, somewhere probably.
On some like senator's plot, like rooftop plaza, maybe.
Would Talus actually
He would
what
have
is
argued
the
that counted.
what's the date right now? The approximate date?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll get that to you later. I'm not going to calculate some of the downtime in there on that.
Okay, right. I mean, I was just gonna compare it to like maybe old Republic times, but would Talus have any idea of kind of like the history of Coruscant and like how it's I don't remember what the fancy word is, Eucalyptus or whatever it is, type of
Monopolists.
yeah. At some point, I believe that the Minari Mountain Range wasn't actually covered, and that there was like an ocean and all that, but it was thousands of years ago.
Oh yeah, this is 1500 BBYs when you guys started. I thought you were looking like for date like specific, like where you guys were with all the downtime pieces. I'm like, I've not looked at that in a while. So, but I know you guys are 1500 BBYs. So
yeah, in that case, I have no idea what Coruscant you would have Coruscant looking like right now.
Oh yeah, so it's pretty much looks a little less. It pretty much looks like the prequel era, so it's got that same kind of sheen because it's only about it's 1500 or probably 1580 or 1480 from the Phantom Menace. Yeah, so definitely you guys can find that little sector or the little section of exposed mountain and touch it if you like. You'll see some security droids buzz at you if you do. But you're able to kind of see the one natural area of Coruscant. They do have grass, but I forgot who mentioned it, but it's definitely like the wealthier people who can afford a little sky terrace have it out there as a little bit of a flex.
I owe someone money in the Dominion. 15 credits out of my pocket.
Let's go sit PayPal him or Space Pal him.
Caesar doesn't even know if that guy's still alive. That was like 9 years ago.
That's a principle. All right, you were correct, dead man.
Send it to the next of kin with the note. If he gets the money, he gets the money.
But yeah, you guys are able to get your downtime in, get some time to rest. And then next session, you all will be leaving with the expedition into the Republic to find the U-Zone Vault and hopefully score a victory for just not the Republic, but the galaxy itself against these invaders. Sweet. So that's what we'll pick up next week. Definitely brush up on your Starship stuff. Again, that's going to be this will be a little more of a challenging Starship session. So check that out. Yeah, we'll be kicking that off. So everybody make sure to join us next week for the beginning of the final Patreon adventure for Invasion as we kick off the finale for it. So make sure to come through. Sweet. So yeah, we'll see everybody next week. See you guys.